What's up, guys? Before I begin, not sure if this is a complete list, but who really cares? I don't get any much views in this channel, knowing that when I'm trying to speak about certain topics going on in the breaking scene. But let's just jump into it. So yeah, pretty much couple of events coming soon, and a couple of events that just happened already, which I'm gonna talk about. Some of them I probably already reacted, and also some sponsors as well. Sponsor talk. I love doing sponsors talk when it comes down to different b-boys and b-girls having certain endorsements deals. But yeah, also I want to give a huge shout out to B-Boy Potterski from Israel. He's now in Texas, in Houston, Texas, at the Break Free event. I'm pretty sure that there's other cast that is going to be at the Break Free event that I didn't realize that were going to be there. If Zeku's students are there, I guarantee they might win. Or if Zeku himself is there, he might win. Oh my goodness. But yeah, that's pretty crazy when I saw it. Also, I think ever since when D-Tex proposed to Bigo Jilu, I guess they're together. I mean, yeah. Also, shout out to B-Boy Lion. Just won the BC1 in the BC1 Cypher in Venezuela. Pretty interesting venue. It's inside a almost looks like an office building. It looks like. But yeah, that was dope. I pretty much saw a couple of battles, a few battles. And here's the thing. They already spoiled the winners. I really hate it when they spoiled winners, showing the winners literally on the thumbnail of the event before, like literally as they're premiering it, which is kind of messed up on their part. Like Red Bull is just falling off. They are just gathering. They're actually just mad greedy when it comes down to just battles on battles. But it gets to a point where it's very tedious, especially with their music. And I understand that they try to avoid copyright, but BC1 music, I just had enough of it. I feel like some of my ears right now is really hurting, and I've been trying to really have less like earphones with my ears, because I feel like it's because of BC1's music. But yeah, my ears been hurting. I don't know what's going on. It's been ringing. Maybe because BC always plays the same music. It just gets so tedious, and it's just like doesn't matter if no matter what DJ comes within, the whole event. And here's the thing, BC1, like it's just the most like biggest and most like I don't know. It gets tiresome, and hopefully in the future that we can just have we can have less BC1 events, hopefully. So because it just gets tiring, honestly. So I don't know. I just want to really say that from the heart, because since I don't get much views or anything here in this channel or in this video, I can say from how I feel, and be honest basically, and just I don't care who feelings be hurt or something like that. I can just be honest of what I see in the culture and my opinions about it. But yeah, that's just something I want to share. And also, let's talk about some events. So I'm not sure where the Yalta Summer Jam is. I know for a fact they just had their event, but I don't know where they putting the videos, where they streaming it. It's so strange. Also, other that speaking in the USA, I think the USA is gonna have a BC1 event. I'm still waiting for that. They did have their freestyle session, USA qualifier, and that was pretty sick. Some b-boys and some b-girls that I never knew that I seen ever before in the scene, and it seems like they're getting their share of the spotlight, because it's been a while since there has ever been a freestyle session, and thank goodness that there's finally one here. And also, I think the freestyle session is in collaboration with the Olympics, because of how they really try to make sure that whoever enters the event is actually part of Team USA or something like that, has to rep Team USA. I would in pretty much from what I heard, Isis is from Colombia, I think, and she is the winner. But she can't rep like Team USA because, well, she's not from America. I wish they did the same thing for Melissa, and also Melissa's sister. I forget her name, but basically these two sisters originally from Belarus, and they came to America, and they be killing it in these scenes. But also, dude, especially if they're like well known in the B-girl scene in America, they're not from here. Like, isn't I'm just really wondering, is that fair for USA? But then again, in the Olympics and skateboarding, there's like certain, skaters from America has nothing to do with anything about the country, doesn't even speak the language. and they're representing other countries like the UK, but she's from America. But they, one that is from Finland, but it's obviously from America. One is from like China, and obviously from America. Like it's just, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the Olympics in terms of country and nationality, and also authenticity in terms of representing like the right country that you're actually from. Okay, like for example, me, yeah, even though I grew up in the Philippines, I'm pretty much was born here in America. So obviously, if I ever go to the Olympics, I represent the USA. Obviously, it just makes sense, especially hearing my voice. You don't hear, oh, hello, my name is Event. No, you don't hear no Filipino accent at all. You just hear just a regular kind of like, my regular New York accent. And yeah, that's basically where I'm from, America. So I'm not sure what is going on there, and pretty much I don't know. It's just something that, and then again, these are my opinions, so I'm just saying. But yeah, freestyle session was amazing. There was some amazing. Zeku's students was there. You got Nels one, you got Valencio, you got you got Doug. You got some, and also some cats that I have never seen ever in the scene, but for some reason they enter. They are making their shine, and hopefully I see them in the future. Like Cody Souls was there. Thor, I never heard of Thor before, but he was there. Yeah, these random white b-boys that just came out of nowhere and they're just killing the scene. So it's interesting. Also, Victor, of course, is there, and it's just good to see him break. Of course, he's overrated and he's like an overwinning kind of b-boy, but he's just dope. He's just so clean with it, and he definitely deserves that Haagen Dazs sponsored by Haagen Dazs ice cream. That's crazy, but yeah, I just want to really share that, and pretty much it's pretty dope, and of course like logistics is dope, but it's just that I don't know. Again, I get tired of seeing this old style choreography style that she brings. I don't know. I feel like there's so many, like, especially when it comes down to teenage girls that are just beginning to be way more successful than they ever should, and it just feels like it's so unfair. Like, give it to the OGs that deserves it. But then again, the OGs, they're old and they just, pretty much the teenagers and everything, and especially the ones that keeps, it's kind of like the Charlie D'Amelio effect. And if anyone knows Charlie D'Amelio, well, you don't even need to follow her. She's pretty much has billboards and commercials of her already. And I don't really care anything about what she does or anything. The reason why I heard about her, because there's freaking commercials again. And there's also like celebrity status and whatever. And I guess that's the thing going on when it comes down to this new age and generation of teenagers becoming more successful than actual adults. And and I don't know how old. I believe logistics is like 16. And for a minute, I really thought she was like 20 something, but no, she's still a freaking teenager. I don't know. And she's just getting these wins and all that. But Isis, man, came out of nowhere, actually beat her. And I'm like, that's insane. Like, this whole time I'm thinking like logistics is going to win. Okay, it's all politics. It's all, the whole Red Bull BC1 All-Stars. They're all obviously going to win. But no, it turns out that logistics lost. And it's like, yo, that's crazy. But and Isis definitely deserves that win. Definitely deserves the praise. For some reason, she's not getting the praise that she deserves. But so unexpected. So unexpected. Even though, like, again, she battled like, Jilu, and the exhibition battle was dope. But yeah, it just seems like these underdogs are just slowly winning. That's how it should be, and that's why I like to see. Other than that, let's move on to Korea, Breaking K, and also, I'm not sure, there was this other event, I did check out the UCR. Of course, I already seen the battle and everything, so basically no surprise there, so Bboy killed it. That's literally his name, Bboy Kill, from Gambler's Crew. And yeah, it was just dope. Shout out to King So for uploading those events. But other than that, Breaking K. And the reason why I like Breaking K, because that event is sponsored by Nike. Of course, even though the biggest sponsor for it for some reason is this random company called Shinshan. What the hell is a Shinshan? But no, it's sponsored by Nike, and that's kind of dope. I'm just like, yeah. So pretty much they had like, and this is the thing, when it comes down to sponsorships, one mistake in the past that had made in the b-boy culture is that they don't really care much about the sponsor events. I was kind of upset with the bomb jam in pretty much the yes another event in Korea. In Korea, b-boy events are known to have like Nike sponsors around it. And for some reason, the Nike sponsor, the G-Shock sponsor, which is G-Shock watches, was not presented correctly when it comes down to these events like Bomb Jam. Wasn't displayed in the main event. Especially I can make the same argument with BBIC. Nike was playing a very, very small role, but for some reason, this one right here, it was finally like put in the right place. They put Nike on the screen there. They put Nike on the floor, two Nike logos on them, and I'm like, yes, that's how you should do it. I get so tired whenever I see certain sponsors that are sponsored by certain events, but they put it in an area where it's almost like the sneaker sponsor, and especially it's a big deal when it comes to sneaker sponsors and certain b-boy events. It's such a small detail. Like you really have to look in, like find it, and it's always like this little like logo that's somewhere around these floors or something like that, and it just gets so tiring. And I'm just tired of seeing that in so many b-boy events. Tired of seeing like that's the reason why I'm pretty much sure that BC1 actually lost their Puma sponsor, because maybe they weren't treated rightly or respectedly. Finally, when it comes down to sponsor, you gotta show them respect. That's how you get the sponsors. You see Monster Energy, their sponsor, they pretty much display like, a sponsor of like with Monster, Energy and Break Free, and pretty much they display in a way where you can freaking see it, in front of you. But when it comes down to like their Sakani sponsor, like I don't see much of it, and it's not present much. And I'm like, why? Like that could have been perfect. That could have been perfect in a freaking energy drink sponsor. Why does every event has to be energy drinks? It doesn't need to be. I don't know. I'm just tired of that. But thankfully, Breaking K, when they put the Nike sponsor, it really helps, and actually it showed my, and that's the thing. Here's the thing about me and Breaking, my relationship with Breaking. If you're not bringing in the sponsors, why should I be here? I seen Breaking, I seen its impact and everything. I competed in this and that, and like I'm already at this point. I'm surprised that I'm still around within Breaking. But the thing is that I want to see Breaking grow. I want to see it better. If not, then why am I here? Why am I making this video? Because I still care about breaking. I still care about the b-boy culture, because there's so many things that need to be worked. There's so many unprofessionalism going on, and it needs to work. There's this same argument that especially the argument that Gravity had. There's need to be things that need to be worked, and it needs to be taken seriously. I'm tired of just seeing like b-boys and b-girls not being professional. We are done with the olden times. We've been rejected so many times. We don't want the culture rejected again, especially how the Olympics is playing a big role in breaking. It needs to be taken seriously. So I'm just speaking from the heart. All this is speaking from the heart. If I had viewers or anything like that, the thing is that I don't much in this channel. Okay, my other channel does. And the thing is that I probably don't need to be here, but pretty much I get to share what I need to share and be comfortable sharing, because I don't care. Okay, because I'm just speaking the truth and from how I feel, and it's me being a complete nobody in the scene. Like that's just how I feel, honestly. And there's so much need to work with. There's so much things like the unprofessionalism, the comments that was on the battle of the year with the LGBT Pride Month that they posted, and there was so much hate in the community, and that got me really heated, because I really try not to talk about it. I don't know what to say about it, because then I would start blabbering and go on a full-on tirade, like a full-on hour tirade, which I did, but I choose not to upload it. And there's just still a lot of like certain things that needs to be fixed in the culture, and that needs to be held accountable. Anyways, moving on. Yeah, BC1 Germany just happened. Don't care about that. Even though that was dope. I thought really Germany already had their event, but it turns out it was basically the Battle X. And this one happens to be Germany. Last year was in Russia. And yeah, that's pretty much it for events. I'm surprised I didn't really talk about Russia much. Russia usually has a batch of events, but it feels so good to not actually have events that always need to be centered in Russia. I feel like Russia, and I gotta call out Russia for this one, even though they're winning, their top tier, and the WDSF battle was really the dopest, one of my favorites, honestly. And well, actually, one of my more favorites was the one in the DMV battles. Those were fun when Goofball was hosting and all that. I watched that with Dom Key, and I also watched the other event that from Bboy Network. And Bboy Network has been busy; they've been going to work. But yeah, I just seen a couple of these battles here and there that are rushable. Like good thing that there's not really a battle out there or event that always has to be Russia, because it feels like Russia is just dominating breaking all the way. I understand that they have the first ever, golden medalists for the Youth Olympics, but it feels so good to not know that, hey, this, not every event has to be centered in Europe. It needs to be centered mostly in the US of A, where it started. But Europe, Eastern Europe especially, they are killing, they're dominating the scene in breaking. And breaking is a black sport. It's an American sport, and it's from here in the US of A, you know? But then again, you got Korea and Japan killing it as well, and you probably have, especially how South Africa is slowly dominating breaking. It feels like America needs to catch up when it comes down to breaking in general. I really hope that Latin America comes up. I mean, they definitely do when it comes to the break free events. Latin America comes true 100%. Other than that, yeah, that's just what I want to share. Yeah, so coming soon events, let's talk about Outbreak Europe. And basically, they have a 1,000 people capacity. So I'm not sure how this would look like. It's going to be interesting. They had the online events that I didn't really like the online events. It didn't go well, to be honest. But something like a physical event is always better because it's physical and basically you can see the whole thing, the whole capacity. Also, there was this event. I'm not sure if I'm going to see videos later of it, but B-Boy Noi from Vagabonds were actually at he was at a certain event from Move, this big like French corporation, but also there was like these like famous French rappers were also at this event. But yeah, Noi was at also there, and it was like set up like a very sportsy and very highlighted, almost like in a basketball stadium. And I'm trying to figure out what it is, but hopefully I can find out what. I gotta check back at Noise account. Next up, we also got OTB making moves, which pretty much the OPDB movement by Menno Leisure, by B-Boy Menno himself, that is gonna set up this event. And I seen his practice facility, this area that many B-boys and B-girls that pretty much funded to actually have this area. So that's pretty dope for the community, especially how Menno has a big following. Other than that, yeah, let's move on to sponsors. So Adidas, they just did something with B-Boy Swap, I think, from the Concrete All-Stars, I believe. And also, Swap is also friends, like, I think, with Kid Steez. And Kid Steez was actually in this commercial. And it was an Adidas commercial. And for some reason, Adidas has been going in, actually supporting the dancing community. They just did one recently. When you go to Adidas Originals channel, they actually did something with Kid the Wiz, the Light Feet legend, one of the most followed Light Feet. This guy is so big, like he even like it's like he's already like friends with Cardi B. That's how big he is. And yeah, this one right here is pretty much like in the Adidas event. Like he was just like this B-boy, B-boy. So I never heard of him, but out of nowhere, he came out of nowhere, but he made it. He made it with Adidas. And I really try to do the authenticity measure, because I really trying to find out, okay, is Adidas really part of this? Because I only saw this in Stance. And Stance try to work stuff with Adidas. I'm not seeing the proof. I gotta see the proof, okay? They did several things, especially the one with Nico in this hotel in Adidas, which is by Adidas, I think. And when Nico was at Coachella. And also something with a shoe that it's just a random tweet or something like that. But yeah, Adidas, of course, they've been in and out within the breaking community. They haven't been fully committed. I'm still waiting for the Adidas All Stars. And yeah, I seen one here that is pretty much Adidas with Swap. It was also by this company called High Nobility. And High Nobility is a paid sponsor. It's also a very high followed area. But also, when you go to the Instagram page with Swap, with the B-Boy swapping it and showing off this shoe, which looks heavy. It's like a shoe with the blue stripes. And yeah, it's paid sponsored by Adidas. You can see it. It's displayed there. So I'm like, okay, I guess that's good enough. But I feel like Adidas themselves should actually put it out there. Adidas, even though, congratulations to BOY Swap for actually putting this out there. He definitely deserves many support for actually having this, promotion and showing his story of how he was in the hood in Los Angeles and pretty much, that's pretty dope. But I just need to see, the full, show me the Carfax. I'm talking about the facts. Let's see the proof. The proof has to be in the pudding, and I need to see that pudding. You know what I mean? I gotta see it. I gotta see. I don't want to see any BS. I don't want to see any, flying off. I need to see the proof. That's important. When it comes down to sponsorships, it's very dangerous to actually fake your sponsorship. I don't think that's legal here. And I don't think that flies off. And it's, I don't really show any respect when it comes down to faking sponsors. Something like, hey, look at this video I made about, Adidas. And I'm like, oh, okay, is it by Adidas? Like, yeah. I was like, oh, really? Well, I'm going to check the Adidas channel and see if there's the proof. But if there's a third party, like High Nobilities, then also that can be proof as well. So good enough for Swap. And yeah, that's pretty much, a big deal. That's something that when I saw, I was hype. I was like, yeah, this is dope, all right. But I was watching it in Stance. I wasn't watching it on Adidas or Adidas Originals Instagram page. That's kind of important. So yeah, I just want to point that out there. And that was pretty cool for Swap. And also because I wish he's probably got to get his shine too. But other than that, Carlota, again, I try to really find some proof if Carlota, sponsored by Adidas athlete, but is she? Okay, is she? Is she? We gotta understand here. Carlota, maybe it isn't a surprise. She's one of the B-girl youth Olympian that competed at the Youth Olympics in Buenos Aires. But I need proof if she really is an Adidas athlete. So I try to find it in Adidas Paris, and I'm gonna go there right now, and I'm gonna see it for myself. And let's see, type in Carlota, and I'm trying to really. The thing about me is I always want to see proof to know that these are are they actually sponsored or are they faking? Okay, are they just saying that? Are they, because when it comes down to sponsorships, I want to see B-boys and B-girls get paid big. I don't want to see any cheap shots or anything. I don't want to see oh, you're getting paid for $100 for judging an event in Red Bull for 3 hours. BS. You got to pay them more than that, because B-boys and B-girls, they deserve more. Okay? I'm just saying. That's just how I feel. And I already mentioned Wiz the Kid and Waffle Crew in Adidas, and they got their commercial, they got their shine. But yeah, it seems like it's growing, but I'm my eyes are open. I'm keeping my eyes on Adidas, okay? This is real. Okay, if Adidas can sponsor, B-Boy Focus and also Crazy Legs, I guarantee you they can definitely sponsor as many B-boys and B-girls. And many B-boys and B-girls that I know really would do anything to actually be sponsored by Adidas. I'm just saying. Anyways, Nike, I talk about Shinshan. I talk about Kanatsu doing more commercials. Shout out to her. Nike Toronto, that's a good thing. Also, Dizzy Threads. We got to talk about it. This is the sponsor cast. And I guess this is sponsor, a.k.a. the sneaker cast. Because right now, the Dizzy Threads, one of the B-Boy sneakers by B-Boy Dizzy himself from the Supernaturals group, actually did something with a collab with Spin Terry, with B-Boy Smurf. And this is actually dope right here. Spin Terry collaboration with Dizzy Threads. I got to say, in my head, I thought, Spin Terry would actually get Vans or Adidas. No, they got authentically Dizzy Threads. And I'm like, Spin Theory deserves it. Especially the video they made with the B-Boy, B-Boy Talk, B-Boy News. That was dope. I watched that and it was amazing. The best B-Boy talk right there, I gotta say. Next up, Catch Wreck was pretty much, I saw this meme thing in one of the story time with Gravity, and it was Catch Wreck with Trill Phoenix. I'm not sure who that is. I tried to check out the Instagram page for Trill Phoenix. It didn't show up. So I don't know what that means. I'm not sure what it is. But it says you have to be 18 and over. What does that mean? It has no followers. What does that mean? Okay? Catch Ray, I need to know who's authentic and who is not. If these are small brands, why are they with us? Who's Trill Phoenix? That's what I want to know. but we might find out in the future because Catchwork is doing something big with them. Other than that, that was the B-Boy Cast. That was just me talking about breaking and what's going on in the scene, especially in terms of sponsorships, because that's something that I personally look forward to when it comes to my analysis in the B-Boy world. I want to make sure that these B-Boys and B-Girls, the ones that I have seen for so many years that work so hard, I want to see them get paid. That's it. And I mean get paid fairly, and also, get the sponsors fairly. The work they put in, they deserve it. Honestly, guys, I'll see you guys next time. It's your boy. Peace.